Hello, everyone, and welcome back to RATCHATS. You're joined by me, Burrow, Tim, and Uncle Ray. Hey, how you guys doing?
I'm in my kitchen.
It's like, I'm in my kitchen.
I'm in my kitchen. Well,
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I mean,
I'm back.
welcome back.
That countdown went a lot quicker than I thought it would.
Shit, yo.
Johnny just smashes him out.
It was also like a very awkward intro. I've got to admit, I haven't introduced anything for like months, and yeah, I'm sure that sounded much more awkward than I imagined.
You know what?
But,
Doesn't really matter, mate. You know, just use whatever's going, eh?
Yeah,
Whatever's going.
It's not like, yeah. I mean, this is probably. Well, actually, I was going to say this is probably the most casual thing we do, but I don't think it is. Actually, this is actually fairly well organized.
Why? What's more casual?
I'd say Tim and I's streams are probably more casual. We like get on and then we're like, okay, what are we going to play? Oh, we don't have anything installed. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we'll sit here and chat for a half an hour while something installs.
And we'll play My Summer Car and watch.
Speaking of the games that are being installed lately, I actually been playing Age of Empires lately. I don't know if you guys.
I saw that.
It's actually not bad, and I actually been playing it with a mate that I haven't, talked to in a while, and we just sort of like, oh, what are you doing? You know, just catching up. All of a sudden, and we're like, oh, you want to play games? Like, I didn't know he plays games. Like, I didn't know he was a gamer at all whatsoever. And he just mentioned like, oh, you want to play Age of Empires? And I'm like, you know what? I used to play that.
Do I want to play Age of Empires? Is that a question?
Do you mean like just the original Age of Empires, or
no? This one's a new one called Definitive. Definitive
he's playing Age of Empires 3, the Definitive Edition, which came out last year, I believe.
Yeah, so it's I mean, it's just like it's like the same as Age of Empires 2, but better, I suppose.
Right.
I was actually I went to the Twitch channel just to see if you listed what headset you used. And that's when he was like just starting it up, and I like watched for a little bit, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like they changed a lot. Like they didn't change, but they upgraded a lot. And I was really impressed.
Yeah.
And
because there's a HD edition, isn't there?
There is an HD edition, but that was in 2013 edition. But this one, Definitive Edition, is like, I guess 2019. But
that's the one I have is the 2013 version.
Yeah, but you got like all the civs, the civilization, all the race and stuff straight away. So yeah, I've been playing it with people, but people just sort of wrecked me, and I don't know. I've been watching videos and stuff. I'm trying to be better.
Don't ever do matchmaking.
Yeah, I mean,
Age of Empires is like sweaty as, like it's sweatier than Rainbow Six Siege.
Those guys take it more serious than anything I've ever seen.
It's like, yo, check out my 300 APM.
Like it's funny though, because like as soon as I so I thought, you know what, look, I wanna be at least half decent in this game. I'll watch some YouTube videos, and then sort of good and stuff. But then all of a sudden, like, fucking Facebook started showing me memes, and I'm like, how is this? Long story short, there's like a lot of memes that I've been seeing lately, like Night Rush.
Have you not heard of targeted advertisement?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably one of those, to be honest. But yeah, like, what the fuck is a Night Rush shooting?
You mean after you were watching YouTube, you started seeing ads on Facebook for?
Yeah.
Right.
No, ads. Like memes.
Hey, no. It works. All three of us, we get targeted ads. Ray gets targeted memes.
Yeah, the memes. So I get the memes, and I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? What is a Night Rush? All of a sudden, I went to play the game. And then my second game, I got Night Rush. Like, literally, Knights rush me in Dark Age. No, Dark Age, Feudal Age, which is the second step. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I just got wrecked. And I'm like, you know what? That fucking sucks. So I'm just going to play some AIs. So.
Yeah, that's how you get better. If you can't beat players, play against AI.
Well, I've watched a few YouTube videos, and there's a few tutorials. Oh, well, not really tutorial. It's more like tips. What you should be doing. Like a generic thing what you should be doing regardless of what civilization you have picked. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You failed step one, not being shit.
I always get hammered for not building enough villages. I have like 20 villages when everybody else has like 200. And,
Same. Apparently there's little tips here and there, and you know what, I'm sort of taking them on board. And I played quite a bit the day before. Yesterday I played a little bit as well, but today I sort of want to take a little bit of a break from it and then probably play later tonight. So we'll just see where we at. See where we at tonight.
Yeah, we could do a game. Last time we did like a community game. This was a while ago. I think you were right. They had like Rogue.
I was there.
Yeah.
Some other people. And I remember people would come to the chat and be like, "What rank is this?" And you're like, "My dude, like we're just playing a private game. Like we're just facing up against each other." And they're like, "Lame," just like leave. Like I didn't realize how competitive Age of Empires was, but yeah, it's whack.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was good. And anyway, shit, that was so weird. But like, I haven't been playing computer games lately. And then, hey, Bogar,
Oh.
hey. Anyway, so okay, I haven't been playing computer games in a while, but yeah, I'll turn it on lately because Bish, that probably like in the last 3 years, 4 years or so, my computer is always turned on. I got that habit from you, and it's always been on. But the last maybe 4 or 3 months, I haven't done that.
Yeah,
And,
you've been cutting down a lot on your
you
game.
know, and it's weird that I don't have Discord. Like I wake up, I don't have that habit of. I've seen like a broken habit of waking up straight away, get into computer, see what's going on Discord, and do whatever it is that I do in my life. But I don't know. It's just a bit different.
To be fair, I don't know if you can even relate that specifically to like your PC online thing, because I know that like coming from you, who's generally a pretty like outgoing, like likes to be involved kind of person who Snapchats 70,000 people a day and stuff. I've noticed that you don't watch people's stories. You don't open Snapchats when you get them. You don't post anything on Instagram. You don't go on Instagram. Like recently, you've just gone full like not even introvert. Like you've just cut everyone off completely.
He's just doing that to you, Bishop. He opens all my shit.
I've seen his phone. Like I know I've seen it with my own eyes. But like I know as an example though, I sent you a Snapchat like months ago, and then I was around at your joint the other day, and you're like, "Is this important?" And you showed me the unopened Snapchat from like 4 months ago. And I was like, "Wow, wow."
I don't even know what that is.
It was literally 4 months because it says there like 4 weeks. It says 4 weeks. Like it's been sent, and I'm like, oh, should I click it?
There was literally like 4 weeks worth of notifications all just stacked up, but I was like, "Wow." Okay.
Is there something broken with you, Raymond?
I don't know. I think it was
kind of shit.
it was with like the Christmas season and stuff. He got really busy at work, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just got so tired. I'm like, fuck this shit, And then not just that, because my routine was completely changed. Of like I said before, my computer's been turned off the whole time. Like it just I don't know. I think it's sort of been thrown off a little bit. That's all.
It's a busy time and a weird time. Speaking of busy times though, let's talk about, I guess, I mean, I don't know that it's that important, but we'll talk about one of the biggest things that's happened recently. Tim, congrats, my dude.
Oh, right. I thought you were talking about the virus.
I mean, you're a virus too. Don't get me wrong. You're a walking virus. But congratulations.
Yeah, that was a good night.
But yeah, no, congratulations.
Cheers, mate.
How's
newlywed?
So I said to Tim literally only the other day, since he got married, which was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, about a month.
Him and his missus are like sort of like not living apart, but like she's away working while Tim's working somewhere else, and like so they've hardly seen each other since they got married.
Yeah, we've seen each other once since we got married, and after I left from that weekend.
Yeah, right.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. That's it.
It's already begun.
That's the norm now in terms of marriage. I mean, at least if we're filling the role of how can I say it? What is it? Social distancing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Social distancing of what is it, like 400 Ks or 500 Ks or something?
Yeah, I think it's only, I don't know. It's like a 4-hour drive, but it's only like 260 Ks.
Yikes.
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
But,
think that's quite right, but sure.
So I've basically like I'll Google it now. I've basically given away half my shit for nothing.
Oh yeah. 'cause it's like half of it, yeah.
Oh yeah, I just got that. That's funny. Oh man.
So, yeah, I don't get anything out of this bargain.
Yeah.
It's not
Um,
but yeah, congratulations, team. Hopefully, hang on. Are you guys gonna have a honeymoon or anything? Some
yeah,
sort?
it's a good thing we didn't plan anything, eh?
Yeah, it's good
yeah.
you didn't try and go immediately after. Yeah, you would have been in all sorts of
Fuck,
stuff.
dude.
but-
Well, the funny
Yeah.
thing is, Brody wanted to get married in June. She wanted a June wedding. And
Why?
we pushed. I don't know. It's just a thing.
Oh yeah, you know what? Now that you're
Oh.
saying that, yeah, you're one of those. Look at
That's
me,
the-
listen to me. One of those. Like you're one of those couple that got married on a leap year.
Yeah. It was actually
so
pretty convenient.
The wedding was literally on February
29th.
29th.
29.
Yeah. So he gets an anniversary every 4 years.
I'm playing the long con, boys. Save myself money. Don't have to buy as many
It's
animals.
Surely-
4 years too, though.
But surely you're gonna celebrate it at some point. I mean, you have either 2 days. So if you forget on the 28th of Feb,
Yeah.
you can
I'll
always
f-
back it up on the 1st of March.
You've got such a good excuse. You're like,
Yeah.
if you forget, you're like, oh, that's because I put it in my phone as the 29th.
Haha.
And it
But then if
didn't
I-
remind me.
And if I forget, I'm fucked for the next 4 years.
Well, yeah, it is what it
But
is.
no, it was a pretty sick night.
It was, dude. Good night.
Yeah, it was good. It was.
I'm glad I didn't drink any of that fucking moonshine.
Oh,
It was
fuck.
fine.
The moonshine was next level, but
I tell you what, by the way, I got sick a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, well, you know what's better than swashing salt water? A bit of rakia, just you know. So I opened the other bottle, and let me tell you, the one we had at the wedding was the better one because this one is horrendous. It's
That's
not
fucked.
like it's not bad, but it's not smooth at all. It's it's pretty bad. But
Yeah, right.
but yeah, no, it was good. It was a pretty like low key type event. It was chill.
Mm.
It was
The
good.
food was banging too. That was good, Tucker.
Would have been good to have a 4-bedroom villa at the resort. Would have been.
Yeah.
So this is what it's like to have friends.
This is what it's like to have friends. No, it's a bigger story than that, actually.
Just
it's
come to
one-
Australia.
Come to
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah, good luck coming to Australia. at the moment.
Just come on a boat.
Yeah, so for reference, what happened is I organized, I was looking for accommodation, found at the venue, which was a golf club, they had a 4-bedroom villa. And I was like, well, it works out at about the same price if I can share this with a couple of people, and it's 4-bedroom apartment, so it's pretty like, it's not like you're sharing a room with people. And I messaged Ray and I was like, hey, do you want me to like sort out some accommodation? He's like, yeah, sure. I was like, cool, I'm going to book this. Booked a car to drive up, so I didn't have to take the work ute. Went to pick up the car on the morning that we were going. And she's like, you got a booking? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, I can't see it here. I'm like, oh, hang on, I'll just look it up in my phone then. I look it up. I'd booked it for the following weekend, the car. And I was like, oh, fuck. She's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Like, we've got cars here. I'll just cancel that booking. It's fine. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get in the car. And as I'm sitting in the car about to drive out, I'm like, if I've booked the car for the wrong weekend, what are the chances I've booked the accommodation for the wrong weekend? So I ring the golf club and she's like, yeah, you don't have, this is like a 400 and something, like a $460 apartment for the night. And she's like, yeah, you've booked it for the wrong weekend. And I was like, fuck. And then, so that was a big enough issue on its own. I got refunded. Eventually it was fine. But the other issue was everything in the town was just completely booked out. Like every single thing. We ended up getting like the last remaining room in town. It felt like everything was booked out. So yeah, but anyway, it didn't matter. It was fine. But
What a laugh.
It was pretty funny. Then we ended up, we got a bit of a detour on the way up there. We ended up in a military base, and
That's right.
it was a good time.
That's good times, you know.
ended up on this dirt road, and Ray's like, I don't think we're meant to be here. I look out the window and there's like a caution live explosives sign on the fence. I'm like, oh fuck.
So wait, what is that? Is that right? Is that meant to be there? Like, okay. Shit.
Yeah. Anyway.
Absolute saints.
Oh man, what is happening here? I'm playing a game, by the way. I'm playing Black Desert again. Because I haven't been playing any games lately, and I've uninstalled this game for a while, but like when I downloaded it again, I was having trouble to actually having it on. So this is me in the in the midst of trying to fix my habit again, but it just
My
didn't work.
habits.
So I'm like, you know what? Just fuck it. Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, it's
And-
kind of hard to avoid a gaming habit when you're quarantined inside and not allowed to go anywhere.
Well, that's
It's-
why I've sort of made it work. Like I
Yeah.
sort of made it work. I'm like, you know what? Let's just see where we're at, and then now it's working again. And there's a few changes in the game. And you know how just there's always a few changes in the game after you've left and stuff. I mean, anyway, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at the
I
minute.
love how you mention the name of the game, so we all know what you're talking about.
Black Desert Online.
I did mention
It's
it, didn't I?
it's like a JMMOR, Japanese MMO.
Sorry. I know,
RPG.
'cause I was
Yeah,
watching him stream it the other day.
Oh right.
yeah,
And-
that's right.
I'd like to say thank you and congratulations to Ray. You are follower
For-
number 50 on my channel.
Oh
Whoa! Hey.
I was like,
that's
I
up
thought
for affiliate now.
Nah.
I literally like because I saw the notification and I'll be honest, I'm one of those people that I'm like, oh, I'll just look around and see, and then I just realized before when I clicked it, I'm like, oh, that's right, he was streaming, so I had a look because I got the notification on my phone, and I'm like, oh, I better click that, but I'm like, oh,
know
I'll
you
click it a little bit.
Notifications,
I'll
Ray.
click-
Bishop just explained that to us.
Pardon?
We know you don't look at notifications straight away. Take
No,
about
no, I
4
don't,
months.
I
Bishop
don't, but
just,
then-
explain that to us.
Yeah, I don't. But like that's the thing. Like I saw it on my phone. I'm like, oh, I want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it on my phone. So I'll just get it on the computer. So literally like 3 minutes later, I went to the computer. I'm like, I better just have it on and see where we're at. And then you were finished. And I'm like, oh, I guess he's finished streaming. And I realized I wasn't following you. So I'm like, I'll just click and follow. I didn't really announce it live, which is probably would have been better. But you know what?
I understand for an hour and a quarter, so that's all right. Thank you.
Mate, it's all right. It's all right. It's all good. I've been trying to stream as long as possible. Like the other day, it was kind of dragging actually. Like for like when I hit the 4-hour mark, I'm like, oh damn, that's right. I'm still streaming.
That's why I only do like 3 hours, because once you get over 3 hours, you start to get really like, unless you're doing something that you're really involved in, or like it does start to get pain, especially if you're talking a lot. If you're like narrating and doing commentary and stuff for over 3 hours, you can feel it in your voice. Like after 3 hours, you feel like trash.
Yeah, well, I won't have that problem.
Well, that's the thing. Like when I was doing it, I sort of just forget. Like I forget that I'm being watched, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's right. I did
Next
that.
minute, opens an incognito tab.
That's it. Just open it up all of a sudden. I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on here? But anyway,
Yeah. I mean, there's a market for everything though. Like doing like high commentary stuff, like very casual stuff like Ray, or like no commentary stuff like Bogar. People appreciate different stuff. I don't know. But yeah,
I've kind of wanted to try the high commentary thing, like maybe try streaming or something, because like the new Mountain Blade game came out in early access, and fucking I loved Warband, and I'm like, you know what, I could probably
Warband's so good.
stream this, maybe. I'll try to
yeah.
figure it out, but like I don't know, I don't want to just not say anything. I need to get better at that.
no,
Yeah.
dude, that's the thing though. I feel like you don't need to be good at it. Just go stream and have fun, dude. If you do something wrong, well then you do it, dude. So don't be scared. Go stream. I want to see. I want to see what's
Yeah, I mean, you do get used to it pretty quickly. I mean, I could be wrong. I kind of imagine like a good way to get used to it is doing it with someone else. But I don't know, like I guess Tim would know if that's a good thing or not. I don't know, because I find when Tim and I stream, I tend to talk like 90% of the time, and then Tim just like chimes in every now and again.
Yeah.
But that's also because like I've said this in our Diablo stuff. Like I'm very used to streaming or recording whatever by myself, where I have to fill all of that air like myself. So then when Tim and I are playing together, I kind of just automatically keep rambling about crap. And Tim doesn't really get to say
I can't
much,
ever get
but-
2 cents in.
Yeah, which is why like when we do these podcasts, I typically try to just let you guys talk, because otherwise I will just ramble for an hour.
We'll put a sticky note on your monitors just saying shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know for me when I was streaming, because like I said, I've been streaming lately, and I'm used to, I think, talking to people all the time. So if no one's there, I'm like, I don't really talk to anyone at all. Like I need to be. I'm used to having like people in the channel. I think that's where I'm used to. But when, like I said, that 4-hour, 5-hour mark when I was streaming and no one's there, and I'm like, oh, it's sort of just I forget. I'm like, oh shit, that's right.
I mean, one thing we could do is like if somebody, whoever it is streaming, you could be in the live room, and you can set statuses on Discord now. You could literally set like, you know, we could have like whatever. You could put a code word so you don't get random people can't join these channels, but put like something in your status that lets people know that you're streaming, but you're happy to have company, kind of thing. And then like if one of us is on or whatever, they can join and just sort of shoot shit with you while you're streaming. Whatever.
I honestly don't even fucking care. Like whoever comes in, fuck. Even my mum come. Nah, probably not my cum. My mum.
You come.
My mum's like, oh,
Oh
my
my
mum
God.
looks so bad. But like, even though
Yeah,
I don't mind. I don't mind whoever comes in. I just why not?
There was a time it was probably last week or something, or I don't know, it was a little bit ago, where I was on my computer doing something. I looked at Discord and I saw you were just sitting in the drunk room. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Went back to whatever I was doing, and like 5 hours later, I went and looked, and I'm like, oh shit, he's still in the drunk room. Did he just like forget or something? And then like as I was thinking that, you left it. I'm like, oh fuck, is he just sitting there? I don't know.
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
I thought that was just kind of funny. I was like, maybe I should join him, see if he's there. And then your thing just disappeared, like right as I looked at it.
Yeah. The issue with like the live room and that is, if I see somebody in there, I won't join them unless they've like messaged or something, because I'm assuming that they're in there.
Yeah, to be in private. Yeah.
Yeah, essentially. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I thought about jumping in, but I was like, oh, I better not.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
I'll
Maybe
just put it out there now. If I'm in the live room, join me.
join me. All right,
Yeah.
I'll join you. I'll join you. I love it. I'm just gonna sneaky just come in there. Do we have to like say hi, or do we just like pretend that like we're there, but then just
Whatever
listening?
floats your boat, Ray.
Just creep out. Like I'm just gonna join, but I'm just gonna creep in and just like I wonder who's gonna notice.
Just heavy breathing.
I was like literally going.
I'll just join the room, start vaping to sound like fucking Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Darth Vader's now driving the sports car.
Yeah, looking at my path to affiliate, the only thing that's going to stop me from getting it is the average viewers. So if you guys can just like lurk,
Yeah, just
Pick up your game.
just lurk.
Yeah,
that'll
just
do.
lurk. Yeah.
Oh, and say something. Even if you come in and you just type in "I'm lurking," that'll do, because I need the number of chatters to go up as well.
Yeah, I used to be really good at lurking. I used to like as few specific channels, like I'd always lurk in and do exactly that. You know, just put a couple of messages in just for the stats and that.
Oh, yeah. I
But
always
recently
lurk.
I've been terrible. I
think
haven't
I'm
been
king of
on
lurkers.
Twitch. Yeah,
I always jump in your streams. As soon as I see you on,
Yeah.
and I'll say hello, and then I'll just have you sitting there while I go and do something else.
yeah.
All right.
Not to say
Oh.
your stream's boring or anything.
Well,
Just
I haven't.
make a
I
bit of
haven't
noise.
really. Yeah, I've hardly streamed at
How-
all recently.
How do you even look at the stats of like streams? Because I have no idea.
It's on your dashboard.
Yeah, Twitch
Um,
dashboard.
Man,
And then
gonna
there's
have to
a
work it out.
stats sub menu. But yeah. But yeah. Anyway, in other news, aside from Tim Singh, Ray's just got back from overseas as well. How'd that go?
Yeah, no, it was actually grass. Now, cause I haven't been back. So I was born there, and then migrated here when I was pretty young. And then it's been probably
Coast Guard didn't pick you up somehow, and you made it in. Yes.
Well, no,
Wasn't
I
it
actually
year 8?
the boat actually capsized halfway
Oh,
to Queensland, but I managed to swim halfway, so it's all good.
Wow.
Yes, I am a boat person. That's
Wow.
who I am. It's like wow. It's like wow. No, but so yeah, I've been back. I went to Philippines after 15, 16 years of my life, and everything's different. I met my cousins for the first time. I've met it's weird like coming back to relatives that knows you, you know, when you were young, and just feeling like you don't know who they are, but they just seem like they know. I don't know, it's just weird. It's just a weird feeling. But yeah, so I spent my first week there basically catching up with my family, both sides. And the second week and the third week was actually planned to do a proper holiday, which is like, you know, going to beaches and stuff, going like just like normal generic like holiday and
Yeah,
stuff, go hike and
touristy
hike and
stuff,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was good. Like I was excited for it, but you know, with the coronavirus and all that kind of stuff, the president of the country just like, oh, we're gonna shut down the country, no more domestic flights, no more fucking like land, everything's on lockdown, this and that. I'm like, oh well, fuck, that's not gonna happen anymore. So we canceled all the flights. Luckily, we got refunded. I think you probably wouldn't have, but I think the fact that we said that we're not really like, you know, we're not what do you call it, Philippine citizens, they couldn't put it as a credit like majority of the airlines would do and stuff. So we sort of just refunded it and got the money back. And basically rushed the fuck back to Australia because they were locking down Australia as well at that as yeah, when we booked the flights back. So I'm out of quarantine now. It's been probably 3 weeks.
3 weeks, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I had my 2 weeks quarantine. First week wasn't too bad. Second week was really shitty because it gets really boring, I think.
Yeah.
And then on the third week, like this week, I was back at work straight away. I work in a supermarket, so it's classified as an essential job.
Well, it
Quote
is.
and unquote, quote and unquote. So it's kind of sucked because I wouldn't mind like having more holidays, but anyway, I'm back at work. Everything's crazy at work. And here we are. It's my weekend.
Yeah,
On a
man.
Sunday.
I went to the supermarket earlier this week for the first time, like since everything sort of went crazy. And yeah, it's really weird. Like all the shelves are empty. Like there's people in like full masks and like gloves and everything, and people like you walk down the aisle and like people are like running away from you because they're like, oh, I don't want to be anywhere near you. Which I mean, like I'm not making fun of them. That's fair enough. But like just it's just weird. Like yeah,
Yeah, people's behavior have definitely changed. You know, in the I don't know, it's just weird how like people's mentality in terms of like being away, like you know, the distance, social distancing is one thing.
yeah,
People's behavior in terms of what they're buying. So a lot of what do you call it?
non-perishables.
Yeah,
like,
perishable items. Actually, no one's buying them at all. Like, and it's kind of bad. A lot of people bought a lot of long shelf line, like tins, fruit, tin,
yeah,
vegetables,
I noticed like rice, pasta,
pasta. Yeah,
all that sort of stuff.
Long life
Soups were all
milk.
gone.
long life.
Yeah,
Yeah, they shifted. So people spent a lot of money on those instead, like really stocking up and preparing for something big. And I get it, I'm not saying no to what they've done, but I think the fact that they have bought more than they should,
Yeah,
and really
that's the
panic
thing.
buying.
There's nothing wrong with being prepared, but overbuying is a real issue. Which I mean, we
Yeah.
saw with toilet paper. Like I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like, I go to the supermarket and I buy like what would it be? It'd be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 6, 9, 12. It'd be 24. It'd be a 36 pack, I'm guessing, of toilet roll. That motherfucker will last me. I live by myself. That motherfucker will last me for like the better part of a year.
Yeah, like almost half a year to like a year. Like that's gonna last you a long time.
And
Like,
people go out and they're like, "Oh my god, I need fucking 400 rolls." Like, what? There is no way you need that much.
I thought I had enough. Like, I have enough right now for whatever, but like, fucking, I thought I had a decent amount until my girlfriend started coming over all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then,
Yeah,
like, I
as
got
soon
this,
as-
like, pack,
yeah.
and then it was gone out of nowhere. And fucking, they actually caught her. And she's like, "Hey, we're out. Do we have any more?" I'm like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like
And,
that's the thing. Honestly, I don't mind.
That
people
happened like
buying.
right at the beginning of this too. So I was like, "Fuck, I need to get some."
Yeah.
There's
Now I
nothing
gotta
wrong
use
with
my hand.
there's nothing wrong with buying, but I just sort of got a bit annoyed to the people that bought way more than they need. You know.
Actually, speaking of supermarkets, you know what triggered me the other day? I went to the supermarket. I bought might have been like 15 items. Go up to the counter or the cashier. I put it all on the belt. She scans the first item. She's like, "Oh, do you want a bag?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "All right, you'll have to pack it yourself." I'm like,
What is it? What is this,
I'm-
Aldi?
I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Because we're not allowed to handle your items." She's literally said to me, "We're not allowed to handle your items,"
As she
as
scans
she's
them.
holding one of the items after she just scanned it. And I just looked at her, looked down at the item she's holding, rolled my eyes, and like flicked the bag out and just fucking started packing. I'm like, "Are you fucking like, A, they handle the items to put them on the shelf for starters. Everyone else is fucking touching them in the meantime, and then they scan it like as if it makes a difference if they're packing the bag or not. Like, what a pack of shit that is."
Yeah, I think at the
Dude,
start.
have they
it was,
started putting up the barriers for you guys?
Oh,
they
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
They literally have those and those came out of nowhere. I'm like impressed at how many stores fucking got those up so
Yeah.
quickly.
Trying to go to Bunnings, which do you guys have Bunnings? It's like a hardware chain here. There's literally like it's like going to a theme park ride. Like there's the big like snakes of barriers that you have to walk through to get in. And the thing is,
No.
I can understand if people are queuing up, which they're not. So a single person walks in and you try and cut it. They're like, no, there's literally security at the door. They're like, no, you have to go through the line. So you then walk like 50 meters back up the store and then start walking through this snake. And a minute later, you end up at the door and they're like, all right, come on in. And you're like, what was the purpose of that? Like there is literally no reason to that, aside from the fact that as you're walking through, you're probably touching the railing and leaving germs for the next person. Like,
so they did something like that at the Walmart I went to today. There's like 3 entrances to this Walmart normally. They closed 2 of them, made everybody go to the far side one from where I parked. It was the far fucking side. And then there's like you have to walk down this like barrier they built out of like crates of water and shopping carts. And then you have to walk this like little aisle that has like it shows you what 6 feet is, tells you to stand apart. Like you're forcing every single person to come through the same area. Aren't we supposed to be like spreading shit out?
Yeah, I don't get what they're trying to accomplish with this. Like, surely it would be better to just like let people in directly and like, you know, sort of just get them in and get them out in the most efficient sort of way, rather than having people walk through an entire fucking snake of things. But yeah, I
don't know. I'm gonna try and stay out of that one. I think it's like I really don't know. Like I could say something wrong, but I don't know. Honestly, though, I think that with the bag thing, I get why they want to do it with old bags. You know, because you have to repack, right? I get that, but with the new bags, I don't know. Because I mean,
this was just like a not a. I mean, they are a plastic bag, but they're the like biodegradable bag.
Yeah, the new ones, right?
Because
Because the old bags, the theory is the old bags can can be a lot. It can be dirty, and you know what I mean. Like it's the safety of our team, but with the new bags, I don't know. I don't know. I have no. Yeah, I don't know. I just
Strange.
it's
weird.
confusing for that one. But I don't know with the railing as well. I think it's different from different stores. I don't know.
The
Whack
one lesson I
dogs.
did get though is when I was at the grocery store there, like actually picking up groceries. Fucking I was there for a while and like I always kind of have some lung issues that stem back from my military days. And like so I kind of constantly have a cough. And like I can normally hold it, but I was sitting there and I wasn't thinking, I was looking at something and I coughed.
Yeah.
And then I could just hear the person that was like kind of near me just like start to shuffle away. I looked over and she's just looking at me like walking away. I was like, what?
Yep.
It's nothing. It wasn't even like big cough. It was like a
Yeah,
It's like-
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah,
Like you thought it was itchy.
she's just
it's in-
staring at me like I'm trying to kill her.
I,
No, I'm trying to pick the right fucking taco sauce.
so yeah, I like we've been working doing plastering, and yeah, we went to get lunch the other day, and the similar sort of thing happened to me. I just like had a bit of plaster dust in my throat, and I just sort of instinctively coughed to clear it, and then you sort of like realize that everyone around you is now looking at you, and yeah, you're like, just
people, eh?
chill. It's fine. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so good. It's people's behavior is just so different lately, and I get it. Like I'm not gonna say like you're a fucking dickhead, but it just calm down a little bit. Just be a little bit realistic. Like just understand people's. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My favorite type of person I've seen is the people who think they're really prepared and like they're doing like everything they can, but they're doing it wrong. Like for instance, I went to the supermarket. There was a guy in a mask, which is great. Everyone should be wearing a mask. Cool. Except he's wearing like a tradies mask from Bunnings. Now, the sort of filtration masks you get from Bunnings, and I'm talking about like the big plastic ones which have the 2 filters on the side.
Oh god.
If you're listening to this, please do not go and buy them in a response to Corona. They are not for that. They do not filter it out of the air when you breathe it in, and B, when you breathe out, it does not go through any filter at all. It goes out a vent in the front of the mask, which is so anything you breathe out goes straight out of it. They are not for illnesses or airborne stuff. You can get filters for them, but you have to buy them separately, and they're about $100 a piece. So, yeah, do not buy those masks. They are for filtering like dust particles and shit out of the air, not viruses. And if you're sick, yeah, for the love of God, don't wear them because it doesn't filter anything at all. They literally, like when they fill up with condensation inside, they literally have a drip valve down the bottom which it drips out of. Like they're not a sealed thing.
Condensation.
Yeah. So yeah, I see people wearing them like on TikTok and stuff. That's not what they're for. Please don't buy them.
You is dumb.
Another one funny thing I saw too, which is just kind of just the stupidity of some people, was one of my old buddies who's still in the Marine Corps put on Snapchat. Like there's this big order that went out. It's like no unnecessary formations, which is like literally people stand in formation to get like told stuff. No, all this, keep social distancing, all that. His battalion held a formation to pass the word to not hold unnecessary formations. But also it was raining that day and it was a Friday, so they had to wear their nice uniforms. They're like, oh, fuck it. We're just going to hold this inside in one of the bays. So they literally got like 600 people into this small ass fucking area to hold a formation to tell them to not hold necessary formations and to keep distance. And he's like, I looked and like everybody's shoulder to shoulder, and we're all just standing there like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So I didn't realize until Dorsks in the D&D Discord said the other day, like some states in America haven't even enacted any quarantine stuff. Like I didn't realize that. Yeah, I mean, given that America's like the worst country now, like it's insane to think that it's insane to think that the states who aren't doing anything about it. Like, yeah,
I don't know. I haven't really looked. I can check. Like, I know Texas has. I know.
like I
most
say,
states-
I'm
there's
only going by like what Dorsk put the other day. I can't remember exactly what he said. Something about like they just haven't done anything.
yeah. There's
they're
a
the
state that
only-
was getting shit about that, but
He said they're the only state in the south
Hmm.
that hasn't started issuing quarantines.
Isn't it up to the governor though, and not Trump? Didn't he put it back on all the governors of all the states?
Yeah, well, I think
Who gives a
that's
fuck
pretty
about
much,
him, dude?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the case anywhere. Like even here, it's up to. Oh well, no, maybe it's not.
Yeah, because in Victoria, like we've been flipped around a couple of times on different things.
Yeah. And I don't want to drag on coronavirus too much because I'm sure that's all that's
Everybody
being talked
has.
about anywhere. And,
Corona
yeah,
beers, though.
I do keep ranting about
Oh
it in
man,
various
someone said
places.
Corona beers. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently,
Yeah,
they stopped
okay.
production.
the one
What?
apparently they're fucking cheap as shit.
Oh.
People
Yeah,
are not
well-
buying Corona because they associate
Yeah.
it with the disease.
People
So
are
you
So
get Corona
fucking
beers for
dumb.
half off.
Literally, when it first started, even like before it even got bad, Corona's stocks dropped like catastrophically. Like I'm talking about like ruining the business type levels.
That's
because
cooked.
when it first came out and people were still calling it coronavirus, which I think now it's mainly COVID-19. Yeah, everyone was like, oh, it comes from Corona beer, so everyone stopped buying it.
Sounds about right.
But yeah, anyway, speaking of Corona beer though, so I'm working on this tower in Melbourne, and a lot of the workforce there, like a lot of the laborers and stuff, are like guys from like they're Irish, they're from Ireland. Anyway, one of them, they all sort of live in like a few houses and that. A lot of them sort of know each other outside of work, but one of them sent a link to like their group chat saying how ScoMo had basically ordered all bottle shops to shut down indefinitely, blah blah blah. So one of the blokes messages basically the foreman, and he's like, "Hey mate, I need to borrow the truck, and I'm gonna have to take a couple of hours off work." Because the bottle, I don't think he told him why. I think he was just like, I need to borrow the truck and like I need a few hours to go and do something. He's like, yeah, sure, okay. So his plan was to go and buy a truck full of Corona, in like so that they were stocked up. Because I mean, I'm assuming in these houses full of Irish blokes, they probably drink beer like it's
Water.
fashion, yeah. But anyway, yeah, it was a fucking April Fool's joke. It wasn't even real. So this guy had gone and organized with the boss to like borrow the truck and stuff, and yeah, it wasn't even legit.
Did he? So he ended up buying the whole thing.
No, he didn't. Like he was literally about to leave, and one of his mates was like, that's a joke, right? And he was apparently he was furious. I wasn't there, but apparently he got pretty pissed.
That guy was like liquidating assets, like trying to get fucking slush monies, fucking moving shit. He's like, I'm preparing to just buy all of the beer.
He said he was going to buy like $1,000 worth of Corona, which I mean, Corona's only like what, 60
$60
a slab or something. So like,
yeah, 50, $60. Yeah, so I'm assuming that's
50.
yeah. So what? 20 cartons. Yeah. 20. Fuck, that's actually fuck. That's a party. That's a party there. Shit.
That's a weekend for the Irish.
Yeah.
You never know. That actually could be a weekend. I'll be back in a sec. Hang on.
Yeah, sure. But yeah.
Ogle's already on the Coronas.
Well, it's a good time to get it, I suppose. But yeah. I only knew it was April Fools because one of the other Discords I'm in was like, oh, like there's new laws about new TOS of Discord. Like we have to delete a bunch of stuff, and all the channels got changed. Like any channels that had like swears in it got renamed to like Christian chat and stuff. Like, and they delete or quote mark deleted a bunch of channels, and everyone got on. We were like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? And they posted like this like altered TOS, and we're like, yeah, we've got to get rid of it. And then somebody was like, "Oh, this is a April Fool's joke," And everyone's sort of going, oh fuck, of course it is. And I was kind of just like, do people still do April Fools? Like I don't know. I don't think I've ever really done anything for April Fools since like maybe fucking early high school, I guess, maybe. But like it really caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting it. But
Yeah, I stitched myself
Yeah,
up.
it's not.
Huh?
It's not really like a fucking holiday people like celebrate. It's like some people will maybe try and make a joke. So like that's kind of why it's like,
It's not really
I didn't
anything
do anything.
important.
Well, the other thing I found annoying was that Discord, like, so what they did is in the roles, they hid all the channels from people, like, and said, oh, we deleted them. But, like, realistically, like, especially once we realized it was an April Fool's joke, it wasn't really funny or anything. It was kind of just annoying because then we had to wait for the channels to come back up. So it went from kind of being this, good one, to just being like genuinely fucking annoying because you were trying to do stuff. And yeah, it took like 4 hours for him to get back on and put the channels back up.
Rude.
But yeah, anyway.
Jeez, guys.
should have added a thing like, oh, I got it, and then it would like revert everything. Because like I'm in the, I don't know if we figured this out, but I'm in the Mountain Blade Discord. And they have this thing in their welcome where it's like you pick a faction. And all you have to do to pick the faction is click on like one of the emoji things or whatever's below the thing.
Yeah.
And it'll give you that role of that faction just for clicking on it.
Yeah, there is some cool stuff like that. The GDA Discord I'm in does that. Like you add the reaction to get roles. The other one I'm in, you literally type .im and then put the role and it adds that role to you. And then you see the various channels for that. But yeah. The other thing, the issue with that though is it's very easy to miss sometimes. So people join your Discord and think, oh well, there's only like 6 channels because they haven't added anything, and then they don't realize. But yeah. Anyway, Mountain Blade though is so.
I really think it's something you would enjoy.
So yeah, I was actually really excited for Mountain Blade, right? And you messaged the other day when we had that little Discord chat. And there was 2 things that turned me off it. Number one, it is only single player, isn't it?
It's single player for the campaign, but there is multiplayer to it.
Right. Okay. Because
Single player for the campaign, but like you can do multiplayer. You can do there's like team deathmatch, custom battles, siege battles, a whole bunch of other stuff.
Right. Okay. So yeah, first of all, I was kind of turned off by that because it only on Steam it only says single player. It doesn't say anything about multiplayer. But the other thing is I watched. So in Steam now it has like watch this stream, like watch the developer or whatever it is. And I clicked on that the other day and I watched this stream of Mountain Blade for like 2 hours. And yes, this could have been just because of him. But all he did was march around on the map and talk to people. Oh, what's this guy want? Oh, he wants me to go over here. And oh, he wants me to escort this caravan. So then he'd escort the caravan. He'd be walking along and there'd be like groups of bandits and stuff. And he was literally saying how, oh, well, we have 19 men and this group of bandits only has 10. So they know they're going to lose that battle. So they won't even fight you. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. But then like everywhere he went, he never got attacked because he just had the bigger army. So nobody ever attacked him. So I literally watched this stream for 2 hours. He never went off the like marching around map. Like he never got into a fight. Like never did anything. And I was just like, wow, this is fucking exciting. And I turned it off and decided not to buy it. Because honestly, I don't know that I'm going to spend like $80 on that when I've been playing that Conqueror's Blade. Which, is it a ripoff of Mountain Blade? Yes. But is it a good ripoff? Yeah. And it's free. And also it's complete. It's basically like Mountain Blade, but it's an MMO. So like all the towns, like everyone can go into. All the settlements are like fort. Like you can make your own faction and then you can go and take over parcels of land. and then other players can come and try and take it over. Or if you sign up with the like Empire, essentially, which is like the major AI faction that players can join. The Empire might give you a quest to be like, oh, you know, we're going to go and attack this settlement on this day at this time, and then like whoever wants to can get on and assist with that battle. So I don't know. Like, when I've got Conqueror's Blade for free, I don't know that I'm gonna go out and buy Mountain Blade when it's essentially the same thing.
It's not free anymore.
Yeah, that's very fair. I don't know if I've ever looked into Conqueror's Blade.
I don't know.
Is that what it's called?
$80 is a lot of money.
Yeah, it's just Conqueror's Blade. I don't know how long it's been out for. I don't know if it's new or not. I don't think it's on Steam anymore. I think you have to get it through there, like through the browser.
I'm looking at the page right now. It's on Steam.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on Steam.
I'm gonna have a look because I tried to
find
find
DLC. DLC is pretty fucking big. $55 for a DLC
on an early access game.
Fucking hell, dude.
Yeah, Mountain Blade is early access, so that's kind of the shitty part about it. But I don't know. I liked Warband so much.
Oh, sorry. Are you talking about Conquerors or
Conqueror's Blade is on Steam. I'm looking at it right now.
Where? What's it called? Like, what's
Conqueror's Blade Frontier?
That's not it. That's Conqueror's Blade Frontier.
Yeah.
It's literally free. Just you go literally just to your browser and type in Conqueror's Blade. Although maybe this is it. I don't know why it's $20 on Steam. Anyway,
well, the one I'm looking at on Steam, Conqueror's Blade, just as Conqueror's Blade, it's free to play, but it has DLC that you can get. It's mixed reviews, but recent are very positive. It's 10 different classes wage war with 15v15 siege battles. Is that what it is?
Yeah, this is it. This Conqueror's Blade Frontier is it. I don't know what this is because you can definitely just get it free on the browser. So I don't know what's going on. But
I'm looking at it on Steam on the like Firefox Steam.
It's getting a lot of negative reviews because people are saying, oh, the ping's bad. I've been playing with like 150 ping and haven't noticed any issues whatsoever. But anyway, so I don't know. I've been enjoying that. And like I say, it sort of fulfills that game type role. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I could. But, so what I'm seeing is like when you first get out, you're going to have to like walk around and talk to a bunch of people. This game does have like a little bit more of a story than Warband did, but again, it's a lot of you have to figure out what to do on your own. Like if you want to pledge to an empire or do something, those looters that you go, no one will attack you unless they think they can win or they have a bigger army.
Yeah,
and so like most of them, once you get like a pretty decent number of people, like 15 to 20, will run away. But I've run into groups of 60 looters, and they're like, "Oh, we're coming after you." The thing is, like, if you get enough horses, you're faster than everybody. So, like, if you want to fight him, you can catch up to him.
Yeah,
he was just being a bitch. So,
he did say that. He did say, like, when he was explaining that people run away, he did say, "Oh, but you can set up ambushes, or you can chase them down, or you can be ambushed, and blah blah blah." Like, he did say that, like, there's the option, but
and he probably didn't run in any of the minor factions either. Like, I got ambushed when last time I was playing by the minor faction of like the Wood People or something. I don't know, and they fucking almost wrecked my shit. Like,
he did run into when I was watching. He ran into a couple of like big armies. Like one army had like this castle under siege. It was like a force of like 400 or something. Like it was pretty insane. But
those armies won't fuck with you unless you're part of another like country or empire. Yeah. Because they're like, oh, we're noble people. Who are you? You're a mercenary? Are you going to attack me? No? Cool. Do you want to fight for me? No? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's what ended up happening. He did sort of get hired by that army essentially. But
So I joined the Empire, and then I did one of those escort missions, like escorting a caravan to try and like make one of the nobles like me more. And it took me to like two of the furthest cities in like I forget what they're called, but the horse people's territory. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm following this thing around, and like right as like we're getting done with that, I was just about to start like going around and see if I could do something else. My empire declared war on their empire, and all of the horse people instantly turned red, and I was like, wait, what happened? I didn't even know it happened. And then they all attacked me and I died. I ran into, I think the group had like 600 people and they're all on horses, so they're faster than me. So like I was like, oh, there's nothing I can do here. Shit.
Rip.
Yeah, that's kind of what made me want to think about starting to like stream, because I was like, that was fucking hilarious. Like I tried my hardest to run away from them, but I just couldn't. I wish I was recording it.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you know, it's always recorded, and you can always look back to it. I suppose. Nice. Would it be nice to see?
Speaking of like games changing and stuff, Tim was talking about getting Stellaris, which I think.
Oh God!
I think he's probably changed his mind about.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't bothered. Yeah.
Anyway, I was talking to Simon and he's like, "Oh, it's changed a lot." I was like, "Oh, really?" I'll jump on. So I jumped on Stellaris to like sort of refamiliarize myself with it. It has completely changed. I'm sort of getting a grip on it now. But yeah, I've been playing this playthrough, and it's chaos. I started a game like just vanilla. Played that for a while, got used to everything. Then I restarted a game with mods. So I've got like a bunch of Star Wars stuff in that. But it's been insane. It's been absolutely insane. I started next to like a ravenous horde, which just like all they do is like take over shit and like eat everything organic essentially. So that was good. I started right next to them. So that's been fight the whole time. Built up a big federation. I'm now like I eventually destroyed them. I've got like half the galaxy to myself. I moved over and like took the land next to a fallen empire, and they were like, "How dare you, war!" So then I beat the shit out of a fallen empire and beat them back into their little box. But yeah, it's been a pretty insane game. It's been good, but yeah, man, it's changed a lot though. Like I don't know that I like the changes, but yeah.
Is it anything like Sins of the Solar Empire?
Never played it.
Okay.
I'll check it out. But yeah.
I had a hard time. I had a hard time getting into Stellaris. It was just hard for me.
I've got to admit, like I'm enjoying it now because it's the first game of it I've played in like 4 years. But once I finish this playthrough, I don't know that I'll play it again, like for a while, at least, at least single player. Because Stellaris for me feels like it's too the same. And I know people will say, "Oh, but there's different end game, there's different mid game, and it depends what faction you play, and it depends like what ethnics or ethics you go with, and like all that sort of stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, but it's still the same." Like you still try and do diplomacy with AI that refuses to communicate with you. You still sit there and research lasers and guns and armor and ship parts and types and various other things, and you get anomalies which undoubtedly lead to the same things over and over again. You observe a primitive world until they discover nuclear weapons and destroy themselves. Like just the same kind of stuff just happens every time. And then it gets to the end and you hit the end game event and either you win or lose. And like, I get that that's basically the whole concept of a game, but also it just feels very repetitive. Like after you've played, 4 or 5 playthroughs, but yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
We'll just play EVE Online instead.
Oh man, MMOs, dude. I love the MMOs.
I tried to get into EVE Online. I think I'd enjoy it more if there was other people to play with. I was trying to get into it solo, and I had a hand up because a guy, I can't remember who it was. I think it was one of the Breaking Point guys. He was like giga into it. And when he found out I played, he like logged on and gave me like 70 million credits and said, "Here you go, have fun."
Isn't it a bit like Ark where you spend hours and hours and hours doing something and then someone just comes in and wipes you out?
Yeah.
Probably. I never
think
got
so.
that far, to be honest. But
They do have a
yeah.
little bit of protection to it.
Yeah, it depends where you go. Like if you go through like uncontrolled sectors or enemy sectors, then you're probably asking to get pirated. If you're working within like your faction sectors, you're probably fine. But yeah.
Some dude lost 5k on EVE Online worth of stuff the other day.
Yeah.
Like in real life money, like a USD.
Well, I don't know if it was USD, but yeah, $5,000 worth of stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah, that game. I
Wow,
was
wait.
talking to Tim about this. That I don't know the story exactly. Like you could probably look it up, but like that game has some of the most outrageous stories, like outrageous gaming stories you'll ever hear. Like the one I told Tim about was like these people basically had like the first ever, like I can't remember what it was called, like a Titan class or Behemoth class ship.
Yeah, I think it's Titan. Yeah.
Well, I know there's bigger ones now compared to what this was, but yeah, literally it took them like years to build, and eventually they got it built, and then like they had to defend it. Like people found out about it and thought it was essentially like a raid boss, and like they had to defend this ship with like it was mind-boggling what went on. Like they had shifts worked out so that they constantly had people online and stuff.
That's organized.
Yeah, like typical MMO stuff, but just on
Yeah.
a scale that is just insane. Like it's a really famous story, but I can't remember exactly how it went. But
Mustn't be that famous.
yeah, I haven't heard about
Okay.
it. This was like 10 years ago. Like, God, I can't remember it now.
But with those games, you can't really grab a bunch of people and start it because you're already X amount behind everybody else.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's how I feel with a lot of games at the moment. As like that, I was thinking about this the other day. That sort of thinking is pretty applicable to anything. It's like, so I was thinking about it coincidentally with League. So I've been playing a lot of League with Tim and some other guys recently, and I'm terrible. And it's very hard to get better because I just get stomped in every single game because everyone is so much better. But you can apply that to anything. Like if you go back and try and play Apex now, the people who are still playing Apex are people who have been playing Apex since it came out, and they are very good.
Yeah.
And
it.
you know that sort of thing. It's the same with MMOs, except I guess the difference with MMOs is like at least with like Apex or League or whatever, when everybody starts a match, they start at the same point. It's just their skill that's better. Whereas with an MMO, not only is their skill better, but they also have like an elevated platform in terms of funding and like ships and whatever else, you know, like it's, it's really hard to get into some games when they've been out for a few years.
Yeah, and you're a bit behind and stuff. I know the feeling because I mean I'm an MMO player, so I sort of try and like tap onto different types of MMOs, but you know, some of the MMOs you're just so behind that you can't catch up.
Yeah.
And I suppose like the end game sort of needs a lot of work to reach end game, you know, like it needs a lot of work. I mean that's what MMO is about. So there's a lot of different types.
That's why a lot of games now, like Destiny, for example, when you actually I don't know what it is now that Destiny's gone free to play, but it used to be when you buy Destiny, they would give you like a free like level this character to level 30, which was max level back then. So like you'd buy the game and you could immediately jump one of your characters up to max level so that you could access like the DLCs or the end game content, whatever you wanted to do, essentially.
I don't remember that.
I
played through that goddamn campaign 3 fucking times.
That's the only reason I have a level like whatever it is now, like 36 or something. The only reason I have that is because I had a boost, because I've never played Destiny. Like I've seen the early game and the late game. I've never seen the mid game because I've never played it. I've never played it through. But yeah.
Yeah.
Are you talking Destiny 1 or Destiny 2?
Destiny 2.
2. Okay. I haven't played Destiny 2 much at all, but I played through Destiny 1 literally 3 fucking times so I could have a max level of every fucking class.
Yeah.
Oh, that's literally how I spent my Christmas in 2014.
Wow.
My fucking leave got denied, so I was stuck at base.
Yeah. Fucking games, man. They're a time sink.
Just
Pain.
games
Shit.
being games, hey?
Yeah.
Here I am playing
I
a
kinda
game
wanna-
right now.
Want to finish the division too.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can't-
we should jump back on that.
Yeah, I got that. I haven't even opened it up yet, though.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Goes
I think
well.
I've seen you guys on it a couple times, but
yeah, we've pretty much played the main like storyline. We're pretty much
Yeah.
like at the end game now.
Yeah, we just got to beat that last stronghold. Or I think 2 maybe.
Yeah.
But we were
Um,
smashing it for like a week and a half.
Yeah, we'd been playing it like every day.
Unlike my stepbrothers, that our smashing it was nothing. They honestly played it for like 14 hours straight for like 3 days in a row.
Jesus.
Yeah, they'd play until like 4 a.m. and then go to bed and then like get up at like 7 and be back on again.
Fucking hell,
That
that's
was insane.
dedication.
And then they're like, and then after they'd been doing that, they were like, oh man, the fucking campaign's short. They didn't do any,
What the fuck?
A, they were playing it for that long, but B, they didn't do any side missions or anything. They just rushed through like the main storyline and then they were whinging because it was short. I'm like,
Yeah,
kind of feel like you've done that to yourself.
yeah. It was, and then they were just like, "Yeah, come play with us." And then we went and played. It was just wild. Like the scaling's actually not bad, but far out. It was a different kettle of fish.
Bo probably remembers the scaling in Division 1 when we played it a bit was trash. It's actually pretty good in Division 2. It's not too bad. But yeah, I was talking about that when we were doing it. So Burrow and I played Division 1 and we're like, I think I was like 2 or 3 levels lower than Burrow. And Burrow just thought I was bad at the game and thought I was trash. But what he didn't realize is my shots did literally like less than 1% damage to an enemy and they could one-tap me from fucking anywhere. And it fucking just sucked dick. I just walked around a corner dead. Like, and
how can you blame me?
So
That's just like, it's the same. Okay, so you in Division seemed like the same exact you from Breaking Point, though. So, I mean, can you blame me? Just oh god, Bishop's dead again. That's that. I'm used to that.
Yeah. Although, like to be fair, like I do feel like I get like just like coincidentally singled out in games a lot. Like I think Bogor might remember this as well. I don't know if he was there, but we had this incident one time. We were driving along in this armored vehicle. The armored vehicle got disabled or run out of fuel.
You're talking about the shotgun guy again, aren't you?
I don't know. It glitched or something happened and the armored vehicle got stuck and we were like, all right, well, we need to get some parts or whatever it was. We needed like a wheel and we're like, all right, everyone just like set up like around because the vehicle was like in an open field. So we're like, all right, fucking set up around the perimeter and like somebody will run off and get a tire or whatever. So we're all sat there and all of a sudden I just die. And I'm like, well, that fucking sucks. And everyone's like, all the other guys are like, oh, where'd that come from? Like they're all looking around trying to find it. Couldn't find it. Anyway, I respawn. Takes me like 10, 15 minutes to run back there. I get back there, run over to my body, start picking up my gear. Everyone else there hadn't seen any movement, hadn't heard any more shots, nothing. I start picking up my gear. Bang, I die again. The guy, so long story short, the guy was in a ghillie suit, like right next to our car in the middle of the open field with a shotgun. And he shot me and then waited 10 minutes for me to run all the way back and then shot me again. like what the fuck? Like, as if that happens to anyone but me.
Did it happen twice?
Yeah, I think maybe
I think
it happened
the third
again,
time
and
you're the third time you were there. Like you're on your third life. You get killed one last time. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and so I was like, okay, let me go see where he's at. They ran over your body and then they get shot at and they're like, oh, he's by the truck. It's like they missed him, but they fucking hit you 3 times perfectly, headshots.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is too, like, yeah, admittedly, I probably could have been more careful and like searched around before I ran to my body. But when you have like 6 people covering you and like there's been 10 minutes where they haven't seen anything, you kind of assume that you can, like, that you're safe, you know, like you kind of assume that if there's anybody within, you know, fucking 10 meters of you, that the other 6 guys there had probably seen him. But no, apparently he just laid still and waited for me to run back again, the fucking dick.
I remembered how salty you'd get in that game, and it was so fucking great.
But like every time we ran somewhere, like I was always the first one to die. Like
Yeah.
like 4 people would cross the street, and then I'd cross the street and I'd get shot. Like every fucking
Yeah,
time.
it's not even like you were a point man either. You were like the guy that hung back a lot.
Yeah.
I'm the one running across fields in the open with like no gun or anything out. And like, again, I'm doing fine. You're hiding in a tree and you just get sniped.
And it's the same in League. I always get focused in
I like
League
that.
because at the start you could see what level people are. And I'm playing with Tim and his brothers who are like level fucking prestige 4 or some shit. They're all like level 1,000. So of course we get match made with other like level 1000s, and then they look at the levels at the start of the game and they go, that bishop they use level 20. Let's focus him. And then anytime there's a team fight, I just die in like 2 seconds.
That's 'cause you're dead.
Well, yeah, it is because I'm bad. I'm very aware and very conscious and do happily admit that I am very bad at League. I have no problem admitting that.
It's still pretty fun though when we do other shit.
Yeah. ARAM and like One for All and that sort of stuff is fun. It's just like
Proper ranked and games and stuff.
proper games just kind of suck. But yeah.
Yeah, no. It's all about a fucking
Anyway, who does anybody have anything else? We're probably getting towards time. We should probably wrap up. But yeah, anything else?
No, pretty relaxed.
The one thing I noticed, I just looked at that Conqueror's Blade. If you go to their Steam page and you download the game, like play the game for free, it downloads like instantly. You click, I was like, what the hell? You click play and it launches an installer, and then you have to download the game.
Right.
So I'm sitting here like looking at the Conqueror's Blade My Game Center, fucking downloading 32 gigs. I was like, this is the most asinine way to play this game.
Yeah, because literally it was on Steam, and then it wasn't on Steam, and now I guess it's back on Steam. So I don't know what they've been doing. But
well, so I went to your website, clicked the Play Now button, which took me to Steam, installed it on Steam, which like this is all on the webpage. Went, okay, buy the game. Do you have the Steam desktop application? Yes, I do. Open that up. Okay, here's the Steam desktop application. Do you want to install this game? I'm like, yes, install it. And like it's like bam, done instantly. I was like, what the hell? Okay, play game. It opens an installer. I'm just like, God damn it.
Yeah, I'm not defending it at all. It is janky, and I don't understand what's going on.
To the fucking webpage.
Yeah,
I'm like, God damn it.
I'm not defending it. Like, it's janky as hell. But it's in terms of gameplay, it's pretty fun. I don't know. It's all right. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well. Also, I just noticed for some reason my name in the My Games launcher is Eagle Fancy Parrot, which I certainly didn't set that name. So, what the hell?
Sure, you didn't.
Well, apparently there's a few ways to log on because it asked me how I wanted to log on, and I clicked through Steam. So my name's Burrow.
Weird.
I'm assuming there's like
Yes.
Twitch, there's Discord. What's your original Discord name?
No, everything's Bishop AU. And in game, like when I'm in game, it's Bishop AU. I just, for some reason, my launcher name is weird. But
I still have you as Scary Toes on Snapchat.
yeah, I think my Snapchat's probably Scary Toes. But yeah. Anyway. Cool. All right. Hopefully it won't be. Well, I mean, it might be. I don't know. The whole so. Anyway, we'll talk about this afterwards. Hopefully, there'll be another one of these a bit sooner than the gap between the last two. But anyway, we'll see. All right. Cool. Thanks for watching / listening. Whatever you're doing, stay safe. Maintain. You're 6 feet away from each other. Apparently, the reason people don't know how to stay away from each other, by the way, is because the math system, the math education system failed us, and people don't know what 6 feet is. And that's also why people were bulk buying toilet paper, because they can't do the math.
I blame
and
all those like
realize
college
how much.
dudes who are going out and lying what an inch is. They're like, yeah, no, that's totally 6 inches.
yeah.
And after it's like, man, no, if this is 6 inches, then I guess this is 6 feet, and they're like an arm's length away.
Yeah. Rip. Fucking rip. All right. Cool. Guys, Bam! Thanks for joining us. Bogor's little
English.
What's
yes.
the word I'm looking for? Yes, surprise gem in there. Bam! There you go. Sure. Anyway, cool.
Yeah.
We'll
See
be
ya,
back
boys.
next time where we have time.
Catch ya.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.
It's like bye. It's like oh
Boy.
bye. It's like, bye there.
Kind of reminds me of what's that guy's name? Boy. Snake.